Hey, what's up, rogues? And welcome back to Zealous Rogue. Today we're going to be talking about a spicy experience that I'd wager about 50% of you guys have never tried, let alone even heard about.
And coming up, I'll try it firsthand and review 2 restaurants that serve it.
But anyways, let's just get into it. So maybe from some of my past videos, you guys know that I love spicy. I'm kind of like that weird guy that will just eat any spicy level of anything. I'm asking for the top spicy when we go to a restaurant. The whole 9 yards. I'm eating it if it's spicy. That said, my spicy journey really started maybe 7 years ago, and it wasn't until I moved into a house where I lived right next to this small local store. In the back corner of the store was this large display, like from floor to the ceiling, of just hot sauces. It just drew me in, like I was looking at the golden briefcase from Pulp Fiction or something crazy. So anyways, long story short, I would go in there almost every day and take a look at the wall. And you know, in America with spicy stuff, it's very hard to choose what to pick when you're picking a spicy sauce. And I think a majority of people that pick it is really just on the label itself. I remember the first name of the hot sauce that I picked, and it was called Hot and Horny. And it had this weird, goofy looking lizard. I'll pull it up right here. But it was just wild, and it caught my eye, and I'm like, you know what? Whatever. I'll give this a shot. This made me laugh. Maybe it's good. And I did that. I dove in head first and just bought the wildest thing, and it was delicious. Maybe not the best hot sauce, but you know, it was delicious for what it was. And then from there, I continued my journey and kind of got into more established hot sauces in America. Some of my favorites now, like Melinda's. Oh my God, Melinda's is the most commercial, but most true and delicious hot sauce that you can get your hands on right now. And also Marie Sharp's. I'll give a big shout out to them. But for now, I'm talking about just the levels of spicy and what spicy is, to me at least. And spiciness was just a gauge on capsaicin, Scoville ratings, and all these different things. Scoville rating is a way that can just measure everything and say, hey, what is this pepper? What's the capsaicin? What's the Scoville level on this thing? And it can go anywhere from, you know, the small jalapeno to the multi-million Scoville level hot sauces that are made from Pepper X and Ghost Pepper and all this crazy stuff. So that whole world is wild. But again, that's all I knew. And it wasn't until I got really big into sashimi and sushi where wasabi was introduced to me. You guys all know what wasabi really is. I'm sure most of you have tried wasabi, but it's fun because it's maybe at most a 10-second burn. It brings a tear to your eye, you kind of get over it, and then you're cleansed. You don't have a lingering effect like what most hot sauces do to us. So anyways, that was my experience. Wasabi, you know, the hard burn in the nose area, and also the capsaicin, Scoville pushing hot sauces. So what's this video about? Well, if you're not originally from Asia, this spicy will be completely new to you, is mala sauce. And mala sauce is made from the Szechuan pepper. And the Szechuan pepper is locally grown to China. And they have a lot of different restaurants in Korea regarding Maratang. Maratang is this interesting Chinese cuisine that uses the mala sauce, and it can be served in various ways. Either in skewer form, or kind of more in a hot pot, by weight, choosing your own soup form. In the few restaurants that I've been to experiencing mala, it's been one of my favorite things that I've had here, actually. You know, maybe a trip to China is in my radar. Maybe not. I'm actually not sure what's going on there right now. But yeah, no, so it was one of the hottest things I ever had. Not in terms of just spicy, but uniqueness. This thing is like you kiss an electrical eel, and it's just your tongue is numb, you know, for a maximum of 5 minutes. It's nothing crazy. It's not ruining your meal. In fact, it kind of brings out a lot of aroma and taste within your meal. So it's just a unique concoction where the Szechuan is right up in your face. And I love it. It gives you that numbing taste. Actually, mala, the Chinese word for mala, means numbing and spicy, mala. So I went to 2 different experiences in Korea. One more of a fancy, bougie restaurant, and then the other experience I had was more of kind of a local place, kind of with that family vibe. So let's dive into both those restaurants and see what the different mala experiences are.
But before I actually got into the reviews of the restaurant, I wanted to do a deeper dive of what mala sauce was on its own. So I went out and I explored again, and I found 3 sauces, all different in nature, but still mala. So I picked them up and brought them home, and probably went about it in the wrong way about tasting them, but let's see what happens. First up, we got the most traditional one with Maratang.
Okay, so first up we got this crazy one. You can see chili pepper in here. Let's take a taste. This is probably stupid. This is disgusting. This is a bad This is a bad bit. This is a bad bit. This is a bad bit. Oh my god. Oh. It's just straight oil. This was a terrible idea. It tastes like mala. Ugh. Should I do the... let me do... Maybe the other ones are better.
Alright, next up we got the golden Maratang sauce.
Okay. Golden look. I don't know why I thought this would be a good idea.
Alright, great job. Next up we got the Huoguo sauce.
But I'm like shaking. I have one left. It's just a disgusting consistency of like oil. It's like drinking olive oil. Ugh. Last one. Bottoms up. Yeah, it's not bad. I don't know why I even thought that would be a good idea. They all tasted like mala, very spicy. I can taste it on my lips and tongue right now. Disgusting, because it's so condensed. Probably good in a soup like it's actually supposed to be. Anyways.
And after tasting the sauces like that, I need to actually go to some real restaurants and really taste it. So I was off to my first location, located near the Huoguo station near Gihun. The name of this place was Miga Hot Pot Lamb.
So this restaurant was very cool. Right off the bat, you kind of see this crazy aesthetic, the red and golden walls of just what you presume to be China. They hit it right. And there was a bit of a wait, but we got in there no problem. My friend and I, we went out and we kind of ordered the whole menu. We had the skewers roasting over the hot coals, and they were marinated with the mala sauce. And then the other thing was a hot pot with 2 different sides to it. You know, one with more of a chili base, and then the other side had more of just the normal broth base. And then from there, we could go pick out all the vegetables that we wanted to add in there. You had to order the meat separately, but it was okay. It was kind of like shabu shabu, which is like this boiling vegetable and meat type of experience at a restaurant. Also, you could go out and build your own sauces, and including with those sauces, they had mala. And mala was this thick, goopy sauce that just was like, I don't know, it kind of was like very daunting. And I built my own little sauce bowl. I added all of my mala into the actual hot pot so I could experience it, and it was good. It did have that numbing flavor. It did have that kind of crazy zing to the taste, and I was like in heaven. It was just something new for me. I was so happy with this place, between the skewers and the aesthetic. I mean, it was something so fun. So it was good. I would definitely recommend it. I think the best part of it, to be honest though, was the aesthetic. The aesthetic was a very cool, well built, setting the atmosphere, setting the environment and mood. Actually, in Korea, this place is very famous. I mentioned this to a lot of my friends in Korea, and they knew it right off the bat.
So after that type of fancy experience, I went to something a little bit more casual and family oriented. Next up was Rohochwan Bonto Maratang. located in Ingedong, Suwon.
So this restaurant was a way different experience in terms of mala. What I mean by that is that it was all by weight. I went up there with a bowl and I picked out all of these different ingredients. They had everything, including various vegetables like bok choy. They had meat, they had sausage, they had tteokbokki, rice cake, fish cake, you know, you name it. I'm like all these different noodles, like rice noodle, like vermicelli, udon if you wanted it. And so you really just pick out this big bowl and you just fill it up with whatever you want. So I filled up my bowl and you hand it off to the lady and they weighed it. And this place was much more smaller, more family run. There was some subtle aesthetics being like Chinese oriented and whatnot, but it was owned by a family, and I'll say that they were super nice to me. In fact, you know, when I ordered the Maratang, you have to choose a spicy level. And for this place, they had 4 spicy levels. And of course, me being me, I went for the 4. I went to the number 4, you know, no questions asked, I went for it. And it was met with like a lot of questions, like, are you sure? Are you sure this is okay? This is gonna be okay? And I was like, yes, it's okay. Let's do it. So they gave me a free piece of food, thinking that it would be too spicy for me and that this would help me with it. And I appreciated it, and it was very sweet. It was like this fried shrimp thing, and you know, super sweet of them to even have that concern. I dug into it, and it was delicious. And like every bite was matched with variety. It was some new thing, whether it was sausage or tteokbokki or like a sweet potato tteokbokki filled with cheese. They just had it all. Every bite was different, and every bite was spicy. Every bite was so spicy because the soup and the broth that it was in was coated in Maratang, which I was a fan of. And you know, I had to act like a little bit of a tough guy and be like, yep, this is no problem. Where like, while I'm saying, yeah, this is no problem, my mouth is so numb, I hope no one can notice. And no, they actually came out of the kitchen. The chef, he's like checking in on me because, you know, I don't think a lot of people order level 4 spicy Maratang. But it was just funny to see how much they actually were worried about me. And they kind of went on to go show me like, oh yes, this is the pepper that we use. It was very cool to see them really involved with like being nice to me. I think they really wanted to make it their restaurant shine. And to be honest, it did. So honestly, that restaurant shined through to me. Like being able to pick every bit of ingredient, pick your spicy level, it was just perfect. And the mala sauce that they used with it really shined through. If I'm choosing Maratang or Mara hot pot, I think I would go to an experience more like the small, pick your weight, family owned type thing, because you have so much more control. And that's nothing bad about the first place. The first place was absolutely amazing. And maybe I'm really comparing apples to oranges here, but right, I'm trying to experience mala in all the different ways I can. So with all that said, you know, it really begs the question, what other spicy things are out there? I'd love to know about it. I would love to discover all these new things that the world has to offer, because, you know, up until a year ago, I had no idea that Maratang existed. So if you have any recommendations to something that you know that's spicy, that is just unlike anything else, leave a comment below. I'd love to track it down. I'd love to go and try it out and share it to the rest of the world. Thanks for watching this video. I appreciate everyone coming in and watching this video. You have no idea how much it really, really means to me. So once again, thanks for stopping in. Leave a like, subscribe if you like what I'm doing and want to see more, or drop your own rare, hidden, spicy down below, or suggestions for a future video of something that you'd like to see me try. But anyways, I'll see you rogues. Till the next one.